appropriate, not derogatory. Don't tell people. Shh. That's the whole point, is that they can find it themselves.
Thank you.
You didn't? I'll get you one. Don't worry, you're not ready for it yet anyway. You're doing the work in the back of your homework spiral, then you'll write the message once it's encoded. What size matrix do you guys want me to use to encode? A baby one?
Baby.
You guys realize your calculator is doing all the work for you, so it's not really a big deal either way. Ooh, a 5 by 5. That sounds fun. I'll do a 4 by 4. I went in between all of the rest of you guys. Ooh, that actually works quite nicely, because I'm only using 12 letters.
Is the only thing derogatory?
Oh! Derogatory means negative. That can still be something that's true. You're just trying to think of a message with 20 letters or less and just getting numbers for each of the letters. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's what I'm going to show you with mine. Hold on. So right now, just worry about the letters and going straight to the, like, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3.
I forgot how these numbers. What is the C thing? Oh, 8.
Now, if you guys are starting to think about matrices, I have to think about, because I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use to encode with. For those of you guys just joining us, they're trying to think of a message that they want to encode and send to someone in their group. Don't use my encoder, make up your own, but as I make, literally, I'm just going to make up a matrix to use to encode. I chose to do a 4 by 4, so I'm going to go make a 4 by 4. Let me get rid of whatever silliness I have in here. Nope, I wanted to edit. My bad. Okay, I'm going to make a 4 by 4. I'm going to make my message B, which is a little awkward, but I think the book usually makes the encoder A. So I'm going to make this be my encoder. Now, if I want to make an encoder, I can put in whatever numbers I want. So I can start off with like, today is the first day of the week, and it is the, the 3rd month, and it is the 9th day, and it's 2020, and my basketball number in high school is 42, and my birthday is in July, and I have 5 different preps this year of 6 different classes of too many different kids. I just love you all. And ooh, I can just throw in negatives because why not? I mean, that sounds fun. Negatives is like how much unemployment is going on in the U.S. How many good political candidates do you have for president?
One.
Who knows? How old some of you guys asked? Maybe actually no. Maybe that's more accurate. How many?
How do you spell?
She's definitely doing Trump 2020. Wait, if you have numbers in your message, do you put letters?
All right. So, wait a minute. This is an illegal encoder if what is true. Because remember, you have to make it and break it.
If it's not inversible.
Okay, what needs to be 0? Okay, I could just do, actually you guys are right. I could do a inverse. I could see if there's an inverse. That's fun.
Oh.
I could see if there's an inverse, right? Is there an inverse? Yes. Another way of doing this is I could also see if there is a determinant. So I could go to math and I could do determinant, and I could do determinant of A. And what do I need the determinant not to be? Okay. As long as the determinant's not 0, you can make whatever encoding matrix you want. A 2 by 2, a 3 by 3, a 4 by 4. Remember, only square matrices have inverses. So you have to make it a 2 by 2, 3 by 3, 4 by 4. Now, I have taken my message that I'm not showing you because you have to figure out what my message is. It's very important. Okay. I have my message. Be on time. I have my message. Okay. I've taken my message, and so far I've done what you've done. I've taken all the letters, and I've matched them up to the alphabet. A is 1, B is 2, space is 0, etc. Why have I sectioned my matrix message into 4s? Because I chose to do a 4 by 4. What if you chose a 2 by 2? Then section them off by 2s. What if you chose a 3 by 3? Then section it off by 3s. What if you run out of spaces and you need to keep going? So it was zeros at the end. So I'm sectioning, I already sectioned my off by 4s, and then I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to blank the screen out, or freeze the screen, because I don't want you guys to see me putting in the original message. That's no fun. If you have A is 1, B is 2, C is 3 all memorized, maybe you could figure it out before you're supposed to. But I'm going to go put my message into my calculator. My message is going to be, I have to edit, a 3 by 4, because when I went through and grouped by 4s, I ended up with 3 rows of 4.
How do you get the MSG?
Oh, you make it.
They can do whatever you want.
Yeah, 20 letters or less, something appropriate.
Something appropriate.
No, I'm saying not the MSG, the other one.
Oh, I made it up. And then I just had to double check. I mean, you heard me rattling off random numbers. I just had to double check that it was legal, aka its determinant wasn't 0, aka it had an inverse. So I'm making sure my message is right. There are so many places you can make a little baby mistake and everything goes wrong. My message is in there. So I've taken the A is 1, B is 2, C is 3 version of my message. I have put it into just now. Uh-oh. Oh no, my little A disappeared. Did I put it in the wrong one? Oh, we should sue. I lost my fun one with all my random numbers that had no meaning whatsoever. Okay, fine. I'll be boring.
Just do 1, 1, 1, 1.
Maybe my other one wasn't meant to be. I remember that one. That was How Old You Act. That was 5. 15. Just kidding. Mr. Tripoli helped you guys out today. Not an excuse, not an excuse. He said that too. Okay, I made my boring encoder matrix. I just made it 1 through 16. Okay, fine. That's fine. But still, I can do my determinant and make sure it's good. I'm pretty sure it is. I lost and overwrote my other one, sadly. My determinant 0. Oh no, my determinant is 0. So what do I have to do to my matrix? That's a bummer. I have to go change something and make it like a, I don't know. Let's throw like a -1 in there. Oops. Okay, now let me try my determinant. Well, that's a bummer. Who knew I would make a determinant of 0? Still 0? What are you guys talking about? You guys choosing your encoder? Oh, that's so annoying.
Are you still hung up about that? That was like the coolest episode we ever had. Because that was really my doctor. She had kind of money.
Wait, which one? Art history. Not wall. Wall.
This wall.
You know, if it didn't have a G, it'd be pretty fine.
What are you asking? Yeah, it is just nice. Should we take this
Okay, this one's determinant. It has to not be 0. How about now? Okay, all better, all better, all better. Finally, I have a new encoder. Okay, so if you guys are making your own encoders, that's what I just did. I made a 4 by 4. I messed it up because I accidentally put my message in the encoder. I'm going to go put my message in B, my one with like A is 1, B is 2. But remember, I have to make this go by 4s. So I ended up having 3 rows of those 4s. So this is going to be 4 because I have a 4 by 4. For you guys, it would be by 2s or by 3s or by 4s or by 5s. Now I'm going to blank my screen because I'm going to go ahead and put in my message with like A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, space is 0. I don't want you to see that. But maybe some of you are trying to find your own encoder that doesn't have a determinant of 0, whose inverse exists. Okay, so let me show you what I just did, okay? I'm not showing you my message because I'm keeping it hidden, but I can show it to you in a second if you're getting lost here. I have my encoder whose determinant is not 0, random numbers. I put my message that ended up having 12 letters. So then when I split them up into 4s, I had 3 of those 4s. So I have 3 rows of 4 each. So I put my message, which ended up having 12 letters, I put it in here. Now, what I would give you on a Post-it note that I want you guys to try to decipher is my message, which is B, times my encoder, which is A. And I'd be like, there it is. See the random negatives and the huge old like 2000s? Like, is A1, is B2, is C3? No. Now, even better, I wouldn't even give this to you in a nice matrix. What I would give this to you as is a big old string of numbers of just negative 360. This is what your bonus is going to look like. 766, 2767, 3. Oh, see, I'm going to lose it now. But I would have written that out in a big old string of numbers as far as like trying to hide the message even more. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go ahead and make a blank screen so I can do this in a way that makes sense. Because this is what you guys are putting on your Post-it. Whenever you take your message and multiply it by whatever encoder you decide to do, you're going to go ahead and just write a random string of numbers. That seems like it has no particular meaning whatsoever. You could just write this string in one long line. You could write it in different lines. You could go by 2s, even though I needed to go by 4s. And then what I am going to give you is what I used to encode it. All you need to decode my message is what was used to encode it. Because if you guys take the inverse button on your calculator, you should be able to break it. You should be able to get back to where A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, etc. So I'm going to go get my encoder. And I'm going to give it to you and see if now you know what direction you're headed. I'm going to get my encoder. Who is my encoder? This is my encoder. Boop. That's all you need. Can you guys break it? That's the question. All you needed was my encoder, and there he is. Can you guys break it? If you figure out my message, right now you're pausing from your own message. You're pausing from your own message and you're trying to break mine. What did I send you? Quick reminder. How did I get here? I did B times A to get this guy. How do you go back? You multiply him by the inverse. You multiply my guy by the inverse. You should be able to figure out what my message was. You should have your calculator. You should be putting in my message. Negative 360, 766, 2767. But how big are you guys making your matrix?
Thank you.
No, you better not make it 4 by 4, girl. I'm gonna be. Didn't you see that I used a 4 by 4? So what should you be doing? You should be saying, that's my row 1. This is my row 2. And you should be making a 3 by 4. That's what I had you guys do to your message, and that's what I did to my message. I split it up. Since it's a 4 by 4, I have to put them in groups of 4. So you guys are making a 3 by 4 for my encoded message. You're multiplying my encoded message by that guy's decoder using the -1 button on your calculator. And you should get back to values that are only between 0 and 26. And then using the alphabet to work your way back to what I said.
So, all we have to write on the card is the big one you get, the big one.
All you have to write down is the nasty one with negatives and like all kinds of weirdness.
I didn't get any negatives on mine.
Oh, maybe it's just the way that you did. But like it got all mixed up.
Yeah, I got them.
Sweet. You're writing that on a post-it and you have to tell them your encoder.
Okay.
Because they have to have a matrix to decode it with. Yeah. I took my message, which I put in B, and multiplied it by that random cry that I made. Who's down here? It got all mixed up. So then your job is to go ahead and put in my mixed up message, which I went by 4s just because I saw what size it was. So I'm just gonna go, let's see, 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. You have to put in my message, well, the mixed up version. You're gonna go all the way through. Once you do that, then you need to, actually, you should probably put that just to make it easier on your head, because I told you. I'll just start with A. And then you're going to go back, and then you're going to be my message. I'm just starting here.
No, it's hers.
And then I'm going to take my message,
Hers.
Oh,
the mixed up one.
Did you get it?
You're going to multiply it by
absolutely the line.
inverse. Okay. So you're undoing, you're breaking it, and then you should be able to see like 0 to basic things.
What?
We need to put it in basic.
This is. I don't know why I'm not. I put everything in hers.
Which one's the mixed up message?
No, this I'm doing yours.
Yeah. So that's my mixed up message.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm
And you need to multiply him by that guy's inverse. Because you need to
for. Why didn't just like that one? Okay,
So
so
put in that one. You can use that nifty underneath one.
so for B, just put in the 4.
The 4 by 4. Has anybody gotten my message?
No.
Caitlin got it. Anybody else get it yet?
So close. Your A doesn't have
I can barely make my own.
That's the mixed up one. Okay. You need to multiply the mixed up one by the decoder, which is this guy's inverse. So you can put in this guy and this is the inverse button. You should be able to get back to my message. Nice. Now, get yours ready. Oh, yeah. You're the one who didn't get one.
How do you copy?
Did everybody else get a post-it?
I don't think I got a post-it.
Oh, and this guy's
I already lost it.
possible.
Honestly, I think I got one. I don't remember.
Anybody else gotten my message yet?
Nope. Still working on mine.
How do you know you can do it right? You haven't gotten mine.
Look, it's not copying.
Wait, what are you trying to copy? I don't think we can copy these things.
The inverse. Oh, you can just do
Times the inverse button. Oh, or you can just do Is that one for yours?
Wait, Miss, do you give them what the letters are?
Yeah. Get your B. And then just hit B. Oh, we lost your name.
You gotta do this wrong thing.
There you go. We're gonna try. You have 0s to 26? Uh-oh, something went wrong.
That's a 1 by 4. That's a 1 by 4. No, that's a 1 by 4. Hello? Oh, then what's that?
Ooh, that's a positive 2015.
No, what's that? Is that part of the problem?
If you input, now this is data. Do you guys know some people's job is strictly like inputting data? If you make one little mistake, like one little negative is off, or one little, now if you did it right, it should be 0 to 25 or 0 to 26, I should say, but I didn't use a Z, so 0 to 25. Sorry, some of you guys need this to come back to my message. Jane's trying to get it. Do you get it? Yeah. All right, you got mine. You kind of understand the process. So then go ahead and ask you to think of what letter is 19. What letter is 20? What letter is 21?
Huh? Emily, did you get it? Did you get it? You didn't get hers?
No.
Oh, I got it.
Go tutor.
I'm like, no, it's mostly the other one.
I'm very confused, Jay. Come on.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, so what?
Because one of them, this one,
Oh,
Jay, I'm really confused. Can I get some help
you
over
want to
here?
use that button?
1 second.
I don't think I
I did it right.
How do you
No,
encode?
that's not. No, that's not the one. You put them in right.
There you go.
No,
Now you just got to think of what letter is 19. What letter is 20? You get it?
No, I'm very confused. I have no idea how to do this.
Okay, well, you need to do what you're going to hopefully have someone else do, and you're going to do to their message. You need to take my message and put it in a matrix.
no, this is her.
So my nasty encoded message.
The big one with all the negatives.
Yeah. So you're going to make your own 3x4. And then you're going to multiply. Now, don't multiply by this. Multiply by this guy's inverse. You're going to put this guy as a 3x4. This guy is a 4x4. You're going to multiply your... Where did you put this? Okay. If this is A, then multiply, make this one B, and multiply by B and Chi, have you gotten it yet?
Yeah.
Wait, so then, do I write this one down?
Yeah. And just like a big old string. Has anybody else not gotten it yet?
Yes, I have it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, make a message because you're passing it off to your group, and if you don't do it, then one person doesn't have anything to break. Yeah.
Alright, Chief, it's for you.
Yes. Let me show you. So what did I do in my calculator to get this whole messy message? What I have in my calculator, some of you are still decoding it, but let me show you. I have in my matrix, I don't know why there's yellow. I think it's because of this guy.
How did I do it?
Check it. I put in my matrix,
I have no idea.
I put my encoder, that was my nasty 4x4 that I used to multiply, and I put my message, so check it, I just made this guy up, remember? I made him up, I put in lots of random numbers, made sure his determinant wasn't 0. I made up my 4x4. You guys can make up a 2x2, a 3x3, make someone up. And then in my edit, I put my original message that some of you guys have found. 19, 20, 21, 4, 25, 0. 16, 12, 5, 1, 19, and 5. I multiplied my message, which I got by A is 1, E is 5, space is 0. Study, please. You're welcome. I put my message in. I multiplied it by my little square matrix that I just made up and made sure his determinant was not 0, aka he had an inverse. And then I just wrote out all the numbers, and I said, here you go. Well, you have to give them all the nasty numbers, but then you also have to give them whatever you multiply by. And then it's their job to put in your messed up message, the mixed up one, the encoded one, and multiply by your encoder's inverse. That's their job to do. But your job is to write down the messiness that happens when you multiply your message times your encoder. The crazy thing is, literally, if you guys make it right, it's impossible to figure out unless. Yeah, study please?
Yeah,
There's more just making sure you guys understand the process. And if you finish early, you can be working on homework or working on the review. This is when your test isn't until Wednesday. I wanted you guys to understand the cryptography stuff. Yeah, as soon as you have a post-it, you guys in your group, you're doing like a round robin. Ooh, Cassie has hers ready.
I'm already missed.
Oh, they did it nice on them. She did it by threes to make it easy for you guys to put them in.
I did it by.
Oh, you did it easy on them too?
Yeah, I'm a nice guy.
When you make it hard, you just put the whole string and they have to figure out to do by fours or do by threes. You guys are being way too nice. That's okay. Alec has his ready too. Alec is ready for you.
Come on, Chief. Let me get your.
Coral and Claire,
Wait,
we're ready for you.
Missy, if it's more than like an even number, how do you do it? Like, okay, so if it's 17.
Alright, I have people all over the room that are ready. If you're ready with the message, hold it up and you're just going to switch with whoever else is ready. Alex ready, Cassie's ready. KJ, you ready? Oh. Bianca's almost ready. Alright, Cassie come to Alec, Alec come to Bianca, Bianca come to Cassie. We'll do those first. If you're encoding it, you're doing your message times the encoder. It's their job to do the inverse to go back. It doesn't need to be A or B, you just need to multiply it. So you could do B times A or B times O.
Cassie, is this one yours?
So you're supposed to
Cassie, why is it so tall?
You're supposed to have already put it into A equals B equals C equals 3. And then you have to
Gee, I'm my son in the song.
just like I did. See it up there? I put my message in, and then I multiplied B times A.
How do you do this?
Yeah, she has to do either 3 by 3 or 4 by 4. You just have to determine. To make sure it doesn't inverse. If it doesn't inverse, just has to be squared. And then on your post-it, you need to give them the encoder and the message. Well, the mixed up message. Is that your message? Yeah, so B times A. Wait, aren't you decoding?
She has my calculator.
Wait, why?
Wait, Miss.
It's dead? Oh. Huh. You guys are switching?
You're lying. It's right here.
Hold on, let's see. He almost has it done. He almost has it done.
I'm not entirely sure what to do.
She's almost ready to switch. Who else is ready to switch? Who has a message?
Okay, now you go out.
Are you waiting to switch with Sophia? You have one? Coral? Oh. Coral and Chi, I think you guys are switching when you get it.
Oh my.
Oh, good. Yeah. So then we multiply this. I think you already did. I think you multiplied it again. No, this is oh, that's your encoder. Yeah, so you take yours. You go, because you chose a 4 by 4. So it's 4 by 4. So
Now, what you do is you take your
A, 5 rows. You do 4, 0, 0, so then come on in here.
do that
Is that your encoder?
That's just your like windows down. And then to get it backwards.
So then go make in B. What's your message? And then do B times A and you're ready to go. You ready, Chief? Who else is ready? Coral's almost ready.
I'm very much confused. I don't know what that is.
To decode.
No. No.
It should be 0 through 26. If it's not 0 through 26, something went wrong.
Alright, she.
The blue or red one? Oh, James almost ready. He just needs to do
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that I took them off.
Oh wait, is this a 4 by 4? Oops.
There we go.
No, I don't. What? Why is it?
Wait, and then you have to give them the random one.
Yeah. The random one with the encoder.
Oh. Is this 0? Is this a 4 or a 1 2 4?
Oh.
It's half. it's a 124. Oh, so it's oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
Did you guys switch yet?
Wait. Why is there another row? You have to put it in the bracket.
Alright, cheat.
You have to put it in the matrix. I just give you the rest of it. Did you code it? 3. And then there's another 4 plus 1. There's no one on top. Yeah.
Well,
So then you multiply that. No.
Alright, cheat. So this is
I just
the
don't think the
encoder,
numbers.
and these are
It's
the
not in the
numbers.
right. So I
you
usually
could try getting all the rest
use
of them and see, but probably something got input wrong, or you didn't read I was right.
That's probably more like
Yeah.
I'm not good with Izzy, but I'll take yours. You can take it. Claire, what's your encoder? I can't solve it. You need the encoder. It's the square matrix. Yeah, the square matrix. You don't know it. I do. I have it. No, it's 8 times C.
Oh, then maybe she
Oh,
wrote
because
it.
it's C. Oh, no. Oh my god.
Oh, you're doing
What?
You're doing your message.
Is that 4 or right? Where's the T?
Times
Is that a 101?
the encoder.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, that was brutal. Oh, the mean ones.
Wait,
Did you write it down yet?
Oh, she's doing it.
yeah, I got it.
Oh, then you just.
Gee, why did you give me yours? Oh,
Because
no,
I was
he has
only-
a calculator, but he has a calculator. Yeah, well.
Oh, you did decimal, something got inputted wrong. Okay, read off to me your matrix. Is that your 7 by 2? Okay, 13.
Gee, you're gonna like it.
Cassie, I already know what this is. I'm all like halfway through.
Multiply by this inverse.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, can I get really neat with the decimal? Oh my god. Wait, there's a
And then
gray
the encoder.
Oh, Emily, did you guys win on Saturday?
No.
That's
We
such a
have to
long.
run today.
Oh, that's tough. Because of how bad you guys sucked last time.
She told us
What
we're
team did
taking
you play?
pictures and then we're
Oh,
going
you are
to the
taking
track.
pictures.
Yeah, we have pictures and we're going to the track.
Tough.
And we have a game tomorrow.
That's tough. Yeah, we need to.
We played.
Oh, but you guys aren't playing well. There's no way.
It's a
It's
turf.
good.
It's a turf.
Huh?
I mean, the road's gonna get on the ball and make the ball.
I don't know.
It's a turf field.
Oh, wait, here? Or,
No, it's not here. We're playing in Trinity.
Yeah, we start league tomorrow.
What is that league tomorrow?
Yeah.
Are you serious? So our schedule not like that.
Well, I doubt we play, honestly.
Hey, bro.
Is it all?
Oh, yeah. With our field, they don't get.
Yeah, dang, something got down. Yeah, we played Sierra Canyon, bro.
On Saturday?
Yeah.
Sierra Canyon? Yeah, why is she mad at you?
We should have beat them.
Sierra Canyon's good.
They have no,
Did you
they're
get
not.
it?
6 by
They
1,
have
3
no.
by 3. Oh, they're
Okay.
two.
Okay. And
The 3 by 3.
Yeah. What'd you get?
Oh,
How does that not make sense? Hey, Alec. Alec. Alec.
I don't even know what that said.
Alec.
I'm not
I put cheese pizza and cheesesteak. And he's like, it must make any sense.
So this is literally about us doing
Wait, what did you do, Emily?
Huh?
What did you do?
What did
You said you're not a cheese. What did you do?
Oh,
Guys,
mom
what did you
said
do? You
when
get
you
them.
done, you were 49. This one's gonna be. What does that say? Liter? A.
Literally.
A? Oh, yeah. I put it in.
Hey, John.
Oh.
He's
Oh.
not Jewish. Wait, you said Jew?
Yeah, he's too.
He is not Jewish. Why do I have to make fun of him? Yeah, my dad's Jewish.
Is that a 5?
Alex, why would you make fun of someone based on that anyway?
What?
That's I think that's a 3. That's a 3.
Gee, I'm not gonna move.
Gee, you're the wrong mom.
Gee, you want some beef, man? We'll make you some hamburgers right now.
Oh man,
Bro, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry.
Looks like the negative 11.
Alright, I realize you guys are totally losing it now. Hold on. Why did some of these, because I have people with decimals, I have people with fractions, why did some of these go weird?
Because communism.
No, the math was right. Could someone have written something down wrong?
Yes.
Yes. Could they have, like, typed something in differently than they meant to from the original message? Yes. Could they have written it in a way that you guys
What did you say, Emily?
Yes. Now, long story short, aren't these all harder than homework?
No.
If you haven't finished homework yet, homework due by midnight, these are all harder than homework. But do you see the process of message times encoder gets mixed up and encoder times inverse gets broken, like gets returned? Now, the nice thing is most of the messages in homework are easier, faster. You guys have until midnight tonight to finish homework. You can drop on in tomorrow. It's going to be our full review, our questions, talking about the test. If you guys want to start on it tonight, the nice thing is some of you are able to start on the review tonight and have 2 nights to work on it. I'll see you guys later. People going to Mrs. Leon, please go there promptly. She's concerned if you're late. She gives me a call.
I've never actually been like cross.
One was last week. She called me.
She called you about
I
me?
think it was you and Claire. You guys both go to EP or
I was on time. Oh shoot.
It was last week.
Cryptography.
But today I kept you a little later, so you can tell her.
Cryptography.
Cryptography.
Misty, it's cryptography.
Just not gonna square up.
Come in. Let them in first cryptography, John. Let them in first. Square up. Yeah. Shannon? Oh, I do actually. Yeah. Here.
The brownie.
Here you go. Thanks. I found it in my pocket and I was so surprised. There's a quiz today. I'm in class.
Yeah, we have an endeavor quiz, so are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. No, would you like a bite? No.
How much time is it?
I think if I take a bite,
How much time?
I don't know. 3 minutes? 3 minutes?
No.